Hi guys, welcome back to session 2. Our goal today is to gain awareness of issues or problems in our community, so not the world. And you'll notice I use the word awareness there and not research as our goal. Our goal today is kind of like a quantity over quality. We're staying surface level today. And what that means is we're just going to be exploring on reading on several different sites and not doing a deep dig quite yet. And I've heard from so many of your teachers what amazing ideas that you had during your brainstorm the other day. And honestly, I'm not surprised at all. Your generation is more tolerant and more accepting of diversity than any other generation the world has ever seen. You have a drive to make a difference and you actively look for opportunities to give back, and you want to be an active part of making the world a better place. And honestly, if not now, then when? You're kind of getting handed the short end of the stick with a lot of our world problems. And it is your responsibility, and you guys are taking on that responsibility. So what I want to remind you is that you don't know what you don't know. So I implore you to keep an open mind and check out some different options today. There might be something that sparks your curiosity and your passion. And remember Miss Tucker, she's like, girl, ocean all day. And she would have missed out on a great opportunity to use her creativity and her passion. I mean, look at those. Those are awesome. To make the world a better place. A big part of what we're doing today in the design process is we are gaining empathy for people and issues in our community. And empathy looks very different than sympathy. Sympathy is simply feeling sorry for others. Empathy is perspective taking. It's putting yourself in someone else's shoes so you can feel what they feel. You understand their story or their struggle. And it's also staying out of judgment, as you might have had a similar experience to somebody, and maybe you're just a little further along in your chapter of life than them. So it's really important that we try to understand others' perspectives today and try to keep our bias out of the picture. So I thought this was important to say. We are going to be tackling some deep and serious issues in our community. And honestly, it might affect your peers, or some of these issues might even affect you. Today, it's going to be really important that we remain professional as we're looking through these different websites and doing our dig. And what professionalism looks like: respect for others, or respect for the issues that you discover within our community, being on task and being on the appropriate websites. And then here in a moment, we'll talk about what this looks like to just make sure that you're keeping yourself organized, because it's going to be hard. It's important to stay organized when we're only meeting every Wednesday together. So I want you to be like this dude. He was there to do a job, which was to take pictures, even though somebody else got off track. So he was all like, I got a job to do. So make sure that today you do your best to remain on task, please. So here in a moment, I promise you will get to it. Your teacher is going to give you a Google Classroom code to access any documents or information you need. So I hope you didn't just get your computer out, put it away. If you did, you'll get to it in just a second. It's important that I show you what you're doing so you'll be able to understand and get the best use out of today. So when you go on the Google Classroom, you should find two resources. One is a website, and the other is a document. So I want to look at that website first. So if I go to the website, what I'll find is a website that you can see that I have local issues, global issues, and challenges. So if I click local issues, I go on here and there are several different options for me to check out. Some of them are Hendricks County, some of them are Plainfield specific, others are Indianapolis area specific, and other ones are Indiana as a whole. So if I took a look and I decided to click this UWIC, and that's called like the United Way of Central Indiana, this is just one example of ways that you can learn. You can see different ways that you can volunteer. You can find different ways to advocate for people in Central Indiana and our area. Another link that I had on there It's called the Community Report Card. Here you can find out actually how Hendricks County compares to other counties in Indiana when it comes to population, poverty, and more. Now, honestly, I would not have found this. I found this after like exploring a little bit. And to me, data is important, especially if you are doing something within our community. I feel like you could really use some of this data. Another link that is on there, it goes to the Hoosier Environmental Council, and it can give you a little bit more information on some of the sustainable energy or farm factory waste solutions. Another website goes over in detail how you can get involved, like so they can you can get different ideas that way. And then another one even gives you some even more resources, which will have some great data if you choose to do your research even further. So back to Google Classroom. The other thing that you're going to take a look at is that research organization, and that is a document. And I just have like a little thing on there where this is to organize your research. Remember that community report card? Maybe I want to save that. And honestly, there's no way I'm going to remember how I got there last Wednesday. So I might copy and paste that. I can click this link button and I can paste the link, and then I can write whatever label I want. So I could put Hendricks County Community Report Card and make a link that way, and then maybe put something out like great statistics for Hendricks County compares. So when I come back next Wednesday, I'm like, where was that again? Oh, I just copied and pasted it on there. It's right on my document. I don't think that you should copy and paste like entire sites, where you're like, oh, all of this information is really good and there's 1,000 words. I'm just going to paste. I think this is going to be at this point better for you to paste websites and like why you like them for today. And remember, today is about awareness. I want you to keep an open mind. When you find something that breaks your heart, or when you find something that evokes empathy or sparks your curiosity and geeky interest, I want you to explore it. You don't have to have a solution or end product in mind today. And finally, I promise you, I'm going to let you get to work in just a second. But also on that website, we were on local issues today. That's what I had just shown you with several of the different websites. If you go to challenges, I made 6 challenges. And these challenges that I had based off of something that I found, this is for my friends who are not quite sure what they want to do. And so it helps to guide you a little bit more. And there are also several links to research as well. So this is for you if you might be struggling with what you want your idea to be, and this challenge might help you. One other thing that's at the bottom, if you scroll down to challenges, I actually found a competition that is a Discovery One, just like the one that Maura competed in. Pay attention though, it has a due date of February 13th. You are only going to be able to compete in this. You might be able to put your project in here, but you're only going to be able to compete in this if you're willing to work outside of our Wednesdays together. So this is not something that's required at all, but I just thought it was my duty to make you aware of this opportunities. Regardless if you enter this competition or not, you are still making the world a better place, and I appreciate you. And as the very, very famous Teddy R once said, anything is possible. So teachers, please have your Google Classroom code ready to go. And students, remember today, our goal is awareness of issues in our community. And thank you for today for remaining respectful and professional.